I'm your host, Jimmy Chen. Arrgh. Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Jimmy Chen. I'm your friendly neighborhood Holy Bible explainer. And today, my channel is Food for HNM. We are reading from the book of 1st Chronicles, chapter 12. The next section is titled Warriors Join David. That's King David. These were the men who came to David at Ziklag while he was banished from the presence of Saul, son of Kish. They were among the warriors who helped him in battle. They were armed with bows and were able to shoot arrows or to sling stones, right-handed or left-handed. They were relatives of Saul, from the tribe of Benjamin. Ahiezer, their chief, and Joash, the sons of Shemaah, the Gibeathite, Jeziel and Pelet, the sons of Azmaveth, Berakah, Jehu the Anothothite, and Ishmaiah the Gibeonite, a mighty warrior among the 30, who was a leader of the 30. Jeremiah, Jahaziel, Yohanan, Jozabad, the Gederathite, Eluzai, Jeremoth, Bealiah, Shemariah, and Shephatiah, the Harufite, Elkanah, Ishaiah, Azarel, Jozer, and who else? Jashobim, one of the three. The Korahites, and Joela, and Zebadiah, the sons of Jeraham from Gedor. Some Gadites defected to David. At his stronghold in the wilderness, they were brave warriors, ready for battle and able to handle the shield and spear. Their faces were the faces of lions, and they were as swift as gazelles in the mountains. Ezer was the chief, Obadiah the second in command, Eliab the third, Mishmanah the fourth, Jeremiah the fifth, Attai the sixth, Eliel the seventh, again Yohanan the eighth, Elzabad the ninth, and Jeremiah the 10th, and Makbanai the 11th. These Gadites were army commanders, the least So, the weakest or the youngest, it's usually the youngest, was a match for 100 other types of soldiers, and the greatest for 1,000. So one could kill 1,000 people. So they were mighty and they were fast, strong, faces of lions, fierce and powerful and fast. Kill you like that, kill ya. It was they who crossed the Jordan in the first month, when it was overflowing all its banks, and they put to flight everyone living in the valleys to the east and to the west. Other Benjamites and some men from Judah also came to David in his stronghold. David went out to meet them and said to them, "If you have come to me in peace to help me, I am ready for you to join me. But if you have come to betray me to my enemies, when my hands are free from violence, may the God of our ancestors see it and judge you." Ancestors, it's usually Adonai, and then there's nothing. Kadosh Malakim, Kadosh Kasim, mostly. Just the Kadosh Kasim, the real holy saints. You just say Adonai, right? Yep. You just say Adonai, and then you say Avotenu, Imatani, or I think it's Imatani. The God of our fathers and mothers. See it and judge you. That's, what that means. King David said, if you betray me, God, of course God, the one true God, the creator, sees everything. But your ancestors, they were saying, your dead grandparents are up there. Even back then, these are different Jews. These are Israelites. He just said to them, if you betray me, your grandpappies and your grandmammies are up there, so disappointed. Why? Then the Spirit came on Amasai or Amasai. I don't know which one sounds better. Amasai. I'm Amasai. I'm Amasai. I'm Amasai. I'm Amasai. I'm Amasai. I'm Amasai. Chief of the 30. And he said, so the Spirit came on him, so he's like, turns into what do you call it? Something. The Hulk, he hulked out, We are yours. We serve only you, David. We are with you, son of this. Success to you, and success to those who help you. For your God, that's what happens when the Spirit comes upon. In the past, the Spirit comes upon, turns into hope. For your God, for your God will help you. So David received them and made them leaders of his raiding band. As some of the tribe of Manasseh defected to David when he went with the Philistines to fight against Saul. He and his men did not help the Philistines, because after consultation Their rulers sent him away. They said, it will cost us our heads if he deserts to his master Saul. When David went to Ziklag, these were the men of Manasseh who defected to him: Adnah, Jozabad, Jediael, Mikael, Jozabad, Elihu, and Zelathai, leaders of units of 1,000 in Manasseh. They helped David against raiding bands, for all of them were brave warriors, and they were commanders in his army. Day after day, men came to help David until he had a great army, like the army of God. These holy angel warrior armies. So there are many. That's the point. Remember, there was this guy named Elisha, and he was there looking at the enemy, and he had his Padawan, his servant, with him. His Padawan was sort of scared, and he said, "Don't be afraid. A lot of these Kadosh Malachim are with us. Armies and armies of them. Some of them are in chariots, fiery chariots drawn by fiery horses." And then his Padawan said, "Really? He said, yeah." He prayed to the Creator God, the Lord. Open up my Padawan's eyes so he could see them. And his prayer was answered, and his Padawan, his servant, Elisha's servant, was blown away. His eyes, oh, look at all of these Kadosh Malachim soldiers, so many. And he was encouraged. The next section is titled, Others Joined David at Hebron. These are the numbers of the men armed for battle who came to David at Hebron to turn Saul's kingdom over to him, as the Lord had said. So remember, Saul, he was anointed king by Samuel. But it's funny, like Saul wanted to do things without the Lord, and then once Samuel told him, "Wait for me, I will come to you." And he is not only the prophet, he was the high priest. I talked about it in an earlier video. And then Saul got impatient, and he offered to sacrifice himself. And that, Samuel was like super Obi-Wan Kenobi. He was like, "You're breaking the rules, King Saul." So unfortunately, he's like, he speaks with the Lord, God, God the Creator, just really quickly. Saul, like my son, sometimes he called him this. "You have done the wrong thing. Your kingdom is going to be torn away from you and given to another." And then almost immediately he went to see Jesse, King David's father. Told him that, again, the Lord, he does things that quickly. He has already decided one of your sons will be the next king. And just, oh, really? Okay, which one? And then, it was David, the youngest. Wait a minute, let's start. It's good. Working my abs. So we are here in verse 24. From Judah, carrying shield and spear. So you gotta be. I think you have more experienced. Oh, hi B. To carry the shield and spear. 6,800 armed for battle. From Simeon, warriors ready for battle. 7,100. From Levi, right? Or I like Levi. genes. But yeah, it can be pronounced Levi or Levi. 4,600, including Jehoiada, leader of the family of Aaron, with 3,700 men. See, I told you priests can fight. Remember, the Levites were the priestly class. If they were Aaron and his sons, they were the high priest and the priests. But other Levites, they took care of the tabernacle and the temple. And Zadok, a brave young warrior, with 22 officers from his family. From Benjamin, Saul's tribe, 3,000, most of whom had remained loyal. Loyal to Saul's house until then. From Ephraim, brave warriors, famous in their own clans, 20,800. From half the tribe of Manasseh, designated by name to come and make David king. 18,000 from Issachar, men who understood the times and knew what Israel should do. 200 chiefs with all their relatives under their command. From Zebulun, experienced soldiers prepared for battle with every type of weapon to help David with undivided loyalty. Zebulun, loyal. 50,000 from Naphtali, 1,000 officers, together with 37,000 men carrying shields and spears. From Dan, ready for battle, 28,600 from Asher, experienced soldiers, prepared for battle, 40,000. And from east of the Jordan, from Reuben, Gad, and the half tribe of Manasseh, armed with every type of weapon, 120,000. All these were fighting men who volunteered to serve in the ranks. They came to Hebron fully determined to make David king over all Israel. All the rest of the Israelites were also of one mind to make David king. The men spent 3 days there with David, eating and drinking, for their families had supplied provisions for them. Also, their neighbors from as far away as Issachar, Zebulun, and Naphtali came bringing food on donkeys, camels, mules and oxen. There were plentiful supplies of flour, fig cakes, bubbas, raisin cakes, wine, olive oil, cattle, and sheep. For there was joy in Israel, because King David was the best fighter, and he's going to be king of the entire place, and you need a good king. He was a good king. Everyone was happy. I don't think people really, I kind of understand, like if you have a good leader of a country, and I don't know, he, not only did he slay a giant, he's like legendary, he, I don't know, he would prove himself again and again and again in battle. And then all these people, I want to fight for him, I want to serve under him. And then, because back then you were afraid, your enemies would come in and like attack you, and you lose your stuff, your woman, your kids, you could die, Everyone's like, we got a leader, we're gonna fight, we're always gonna be able to fight off the enemies, we're gonna be strong, we're gonna have money, because King David's good at taking other people's stuff, So everyone's like happy and joyful. Remember, keep God first. Thank you for listening. Believe in Jesus Christ. He'll take your places.